US President Donald Trump announced what he described as a major trade deal with India, saying Washington would significantly lower tariffs on Indian exports. Along with the tariff relief, Trump claimed that India has agreed to stop buying oil from Russia and would instead shift towards purchasing energy from the United States and other partners. The statement immediately drew global attention, as India has emerged as one of the largest buyers of Russian crude since the Ukraine conflict began. Trump's remarks suggested that energy purchases were a key bargaining chip in the India-US trade negotiations, and that New Delhi was willing to realign its oil imports in exchange for better market access in the United States. However, India has not officially confirmed this claim. The Indian government has maintained that its energy policy is guided by national interest, energy security, and market prices. Officials have made it clear that decisions on oil imports are taken based on availability and affordability, especially considering the energy needs of a population of over 1 billion people. There has been no formal announcement or written commitment from New Delhi stating that it will completely stop buying Russian oil. Adding to the uncertainty, Russia has also said it has not received any official communication from India about halting oil purchases. This has raised questions about whether Trump's statement reflects a binding agreement or a political projection made during trade negotiations. That said, changes are visible on the ground. Indian oil refiners have reduced their purchases of Russian crude in recent weeks, opting instead to diversify supplies from the Middle East, Africa, and Latin America. Industry experts say this pullback is driven by a combination of commercial factors, diplomatic calculations, and evolving global market conditions, not by a government-mandated ban. It is important to note that a reduction is not the same as a complete stop. Some previously contracted Russian oil shipments are still arriving, and India continues to keep its options open rather than locking itself into a single supply source. So what does this mean for the larger picture? Trump has publicly framed the trade deal as one where India agreed to move away from Russian oil. India, on the other hand, has chosen its words carefully, emphasizing strategic autonomy and energy security without endorsing that claim. Until a detailed trade agreement is released or a formal policy decision is announced, there is no clear evidence that India has committed to ending all Russian oil imports. In conclusion, while India-US trade ties may be strengthening and oil sourcing patterns may be shifting, the claim that India will stop buying Russian oil remains unconfirmed. For now, it appears that India is recalibrating, not cutting off its energy relationship with Russia, keeping economic interests and strategic flexibility firmly at the center of its decision-making.